Earlier this week, Michele Greenstein brought me, and brought you actually, a report on the coming cashless society. And we talked about eye scans, remember, and finger scans and facial scans, and how we're likely to see a future where your biometric information is linked to every transaction that you make. And we also showed you 40 different countries that have already developed some sort of biometric ID grid. But while looking into this, Michele found a story that she thinks deserves a segment of its own. This one is about microchips, but not just microchips. Microchips being inserted into the bodies of human beings. So Michele joins us now to tell us about this coming cashless society and how that might affect it as well. This is kind of creepy, but I can't wait to hear more about it. So microchips in human bodies. Do tell.
So these are radio frequency identification chips, or RFID.
Yeah.
This is the same exact technology that right now we have in most of our debit and credit cards. We also have a number of states, New York, Vermont, Michigan, that have already adopted an RFID chip program for their driver's licenses. And as more states sign on to this, this may become mandatory in the U.S. But let's talk about these chips, like you can see here, in your bodies. Look, with all technology, you have good and bad sides, right? So there's definitely potential for some good. If you're differently able, if you're perhaps unable to open a door without help, then this will allow you to gain access to your home. If you go to the hospital, they will have all your medical records right there. And then, of course, you have the issue of lost pets. Over the past few years, we've seen these heartwarming stories of owners being reunited with their dogs. This flooded the internet. Even Ohio State University said that dogs with chips are 2.5 times more likely to be returned home. So we're seeing this kind of technology being rolled out worldwide. In Spain, there are certain clubs where you can just use a microchip to skip the line. You don't have to wait in line. In Sweden, there are train tickets where you can just swipe your little hand and you don't have to have a tangible train ticket. And then, of course, there's this Wisconsin-based company called 3 Square Market. It's the first U.S.-based company to implant these microchips into their workers. You could use it to enter the building, to buy food in the company. Let's see what the CEO had to say about this process.
Okay.
The vast majority of our employees absolutely love the conveniences that having this chip in their hand really brings. I can log into my computer with this, which I do every day. I can log into my phone with it. I can pay for items if I forgot my credit card or my phone. I can log into work. This is the actual size of the chip. I don't know if you can see that, but it is the size of a grain of rice, literally.
So this is the kind of thing that could be really good for humanity, right? We could prevent identity theft. There's microchips in medications where we have wireless capsules that senses.
I get it. I mean,
right?
yeah. I mean, we got, in fact, here, I want to show the audience what we have here at RT. Like most buildings, we have our own security.
Swipe cards, for sure.
And I keep ours, you know, it's essentially just a little card, and whenever we walk into certain places, you got to show it, and then the door's
Right, and you don't
opening,
have to be like, I am Rick Sanchez, and I can prove it because this is my name, my address, my phone number. You just have your card.
It makes sense. It would be nice if I didn't always have to be grabbing my wallet and finding it. So I understand what they're doing, but okay, so that's good, and it creates a certain amount of facility for things. I don't want something in my body, A, and B, I'm uncomfortable with the fact that then somebody could be surveilling me at all times.
Right, exactly. There's a huge privacy concern, and this is the type of ramification, political ramifications, that innovators usually don't consider. Of course, governments and corporations can exploit this kind of data and thus exploit you. But right now, this is not mandatory, right? Employers cannot mandate that you have this in your body. In California, there's actually a law that banned the forced implementation of these chips. Just this month, the Arkansas House voted to also ban employers from requiring implants in their employees. But look, with all technology, everything is voluntary until it's not, right? Until it's required.
Exactly.
So they shove this in our faces. There's a lot of mainstream coverage about this sort of trend.
Look how cool, right?
Exactly. And some people are scared of it. People talk about it. Most people hate it, as they do now, because it's very new. But then you have some people saying, oh, well, it's not so bad. And then, of course, you have the issue of economically forcing people. Like if you want to get a certain job or eat at a certain restaurant, you're going to choose to put this in your body. And then we have the case of Jane Goodyear. She was actually fined for failing to microchip her dog. Take a look at this headline. So it's only a matter of time before these types of policies make their way to microchipping your own self. So what we're seeing is increased surveillance, all in the name of convenience, as usual. Right now, we can unlock our phones with our faces, right? no one's putting a gun to your head and saying you have to get this smartphone, but you choose to. And the idea is that, look, soon everyone will have this technology, so I might as well get it early. I might as well jump on this bandwagon. And it really seems like we're looking at a future where everything is going to be networked, tracked, databased. Right now we have credit scores. We might be seeing social credit scores.
Do you ever see the possibility in your life, and I know you're kind of like a millennial, so I
am a millennial, technically.
Oh, boy,
yeah.
Look at that. You are a millennial. And with pride, she says it. All right. Do you ever see a possibility where you would allow somebody to put something like that in your body?
Right now, no, but I cannot imagine that I can predict this kind of thing. Who knows, if everyone around me had it, if I lived 20 years from now, maybe everyone had it and I wouldn't even think twice.
Yeah, there was a time when we said that we would never have cell phones on us at all times, or we would never always have to use credit cards.
Right.
And
we just need to ask.
And it's become the new normal, right? It's the reality of our times.
We just need to ask who's behind this push, and we'll definitely follow up about that.
Millennial Michele Greenstein joining us tonight with the Millennial Report.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.